Have you guys ever taken a gun to the range and you were super excited because it was a brand new gun and you started firing it and it hit every single spot that you were aiming at, only to find out that that firearm is a pain in the butt to conceal? Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Andrew. I'm a Michigan dad. I'm a concealed carry school teacher here to protect your children. Let's get into this video. Today we are going over my Walther PDP compact firearm 1,000 round review. Before we get into the actual firearm, I am so close to getting monetized right now. I'm about 40 subscribers away at this moment. If you wouldn't mind, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I am putting out. Another way you can support me is I do have a Patreon channel. If you want to donate $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 to the channel, all of that money obviously is going right back in to this channel. I am not keeping a dime of that money. It just helps me buy ammo and guns and cool gear to show you guys. Okay, well, let's get into the firearm. This right here is the Walther PDP compact. This is actually the 4-inch barrel. I know somebody asked me about that in the comments in my last video. This is the 4-inch version. I have incredibly big hands, and this grip, the compact version, it fits perfectly in my hand. I absolutely love the grip texture on there. Perfect grip texture. It's not too grippy like a Smith & Wesson 2.0 is, and it also doesn't hurt your skin when you're concealed carrying, but it is grippy enough to get a perfect purchase on that firearm as you are shooting. The trigger is hands down the best trigger on the market. This is clear, by the way. All right, pulling the trigger right now. Okay, a little bit of take up. That is the smoothest trigger I have ever had. My buddy has the new Walther PDP Pro, which has the full-size grip and the flat face trigger and all the bells and whistles that you can possibly want, and I hate it. I do not like that gun. I recommended that he buy that gun. He absolutely loves that gun. I don't like that gun for a few reasons. One, I like a gun that fits really, really snug in my hand. The full size sticks down just a little bit extra. I just don't like that feeling. I like that little pinky extension part, having my pinky push the back of my hand up into that grip. I really like that. And I am actually a fan of the curved triggers. Okay, I am not a fan of the flat face triggers. And I've tried a couple of flat face triggers on a couple of guns, and each and every one of them I was less accurate with a flat trigger. And I found the same thing with my AR-15s. I have a Geisley flat face trigger and a Geisley curved trigger, and I like the curved trigger a lot better than the flat face. I might be alone on that right there, but I prefer the accuracy that I can get out of the curved trigger than I do the flat face. Because my finger just nestles right in there. The curved trigger is way better than the flat-faced trigger there, okay? There's a perfect spot for my finger when I am pulling the trigger, and I like that part. As for the long-term review on this gun, it is kind of like a Glock. I've had 0 malfunctions through all 1,000 rounds in this firearm, and I will tell you that this trigger and barrel is still the most accurate combination I have ever had. I've said that in my other video. Okay, they have like a tapered down barrel, they call it, and this trigger that they have in there, this is the original, what do they call it? The performance duty trigger in there. I love the trigger. I am not ever going to change anything. Believe it or not, I have changed absolutely nothing on this gun. The only thing I have really changed is I added a Trijicon SRO on there. I still have the original sights that came on it. Because of the Trijicon SRO, I don't even use the sights anyway. I did change the back strap that came with the gun. I think this one is the medium size. That's all my big hands need, is the medium size. grip on there, and this thing runs like a champ. Now, what you have to get used to is the higher bore axis. Okay, is that really a thing? It is in a way. It does make this gun shoot differently than other firearms. Okay, there is a little bit more mass on top of the bore axis, and that does recoil. It doesn't feel snappy, but it recoils a little bit more than, let's say, a Glock does. Okay, but you can control this recoil just as easily as you can control a Glock recoil. Now, how I control the recoil on this gun is I kind of did the whole Jedi grip thing. If you guys have watched the Modern Samurai project with Jedi, who's one of the instructors, I've never taken his class. Let's be honest, I'm a teacher. I don't have money to dish out to take classes. I kind of follow people on YouTube and kind of mimic what they've been doing. And he has an incredibly high grip on his gun. And the reason he has an incredibly high grip on his gun is it shoots really, really flat. Now, I used to be a big advocate of making sure that the gun locked back on every single round. I used to be like, that was what I wanted my gun to do. And on his grip, you can't do that. Okay, because you're going up so high on this thing, you're actually crunching down that slide stop slide release up there. And is that a big deal? I'm finally coming around to say no, that is not a big deal in a firefight. Most firefights, you are not going to need that extra magazine. It's more important to have a flatter shooting gun than it is locking back on the last round and getting that extra magazine. A couple of ways you can battle that is if you feel the click, if you feel that click on the last round, okay, and the magazine is empty, all you have to do is reach up and pull it back and it stays open anyway. That is something you should be training yourself to do all the time. Okay, if your slide does not lock back, you should always train yourself to ride over top, lock it back, get your new mag in there and close it. Okay, that is something you should always be doing. Second thing I've been researching and learning from some of my police friends, some of my military friends, is you never want to run your magazine dry anyway. Okay, if you have a lull in the, if you have a break in the action that is happening in a firefight, try doing the combat reload, a tactical reload in your gun, so you have a fresh set of rounds in there for the next one. Now keep in mind, do not throw that magazine away because there's still rounds in there. Throw it in your pocket in case you need those rounds again. If you fire through all those rounds, you know that you have some left over in the magazine. Now it might be an unknown number of rounds. That is a good way to fight with a firearm, is to do tactical reloads so you know you have a full magazine back in there. Okay, so I've kind of migrated to the higher grip on all my guns. With my Glock that I'm going to do a video on here soon, I'm really going to undercut the trigger guard on that Glock. This one you don't have to because it's so thin here and the undercut is already made for you that I can get my hand nice and high to exactly where it needs to go. But anyway, I absolutely love this firearm. After 10,000 rounds, 10,000, wow. After 1,000 rounds, it has a little bit of holster wear on there. You can see some scratches kind of coming down the side, not bad scratches, but some scratches going down the side of the firearm there. The one thing I cannot stand about this gun is it is a chunky bunky, and I said that in my last video, I'm going to say it again. It is not easy to conceal, okay, because it is really fat going this direction. Now, some of you might not think that's a big deal, but when it's sitting out in front of your waist and that is sticking out farther than other guns do, okay, it can print a little bit more than, let's say, even the PPQ did. And the PPQ was a lot thinner than this gun. I feel like the PPQ was more of a concealed carry than this one. And I know they marketed this gun as more of a duty carry gun. And I wish it was marketed more as a concealed carry gun where they didn't do those huge super terrain serrations on the front. I wish they would have kept it nice and thin like the PPQ did. That is my one gripe I have about this gun. But outside of that, it fires fantastic. Everything about it is great. It fits my hand perfectly. I shoot it amazingly. This is the best shooting gun that I have. Okay, I hit the best groupings with this gun than any other gun that I have ever shot. I have the only holster I have for this right now, and this could be part of the reason why I can't conceal it very well. I do have the T-Rex arms, their new sidecar holster that I do not like. I like the original holster better. That kind of was one piece of Kydex where I could just heat the center of it and I can mold it to where I wanted it. And the reason I like the OG style a lot better is it was more concealable than this holster is. This holster, I've done this in other videos, this holster is incredibly blocky. It comes all the way across nice and flat, and it's not a very concealable holster. Now, if you're a stick figure like Lucas and all his brothers are, then this holster is fine. But if you have a little bit of meat on you like I do, I'm 6'3", 245 pounds, it's not easy to conceal with that kind of body type. It sticks out too far. And here's another thing I hope you can see this on the camera. The clips kind of stick out even farther. So like this one is sticking out to there. This one is sticking out even higher. So what that means is this side's going to be sticking out of your waistline even better, even with the stack system. Now, I actually ended up putting the Tier 1 concealed stacks on there because somebody told me that I would conceal it a little bit better. It really doesn't because of how blocky this holster is. Okay, I'll give you an example. Like this is one that I don't consider to be blocky. It's really, really thin. Okay, and this one conceals a heck of a lot better because it has a little bit of a bend in the holster. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but this is my Tier 1 Concealed Axis Slim. This thing conceals like a dream. Okay, this thing does not conceal very well. Now, I am tempted to get a Tier 1 concealed holster like I have with all my other guns and see if that makes this gun conceal better. I am very, very tempted to get one because this does not conceal very well. If this wasn't my only holster, I'd probably sell this one on eBay or something. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe about this gun is it does not conceal very well at all, and it could be with the holster system that I'm running right now. Who knows? But I love this gun. This gun is still my favorite gun that I have shot, that I own. I will never ever sell this gun. I'm hoping to get thousands and thousands of rounds through here. And maybe one day I might go out and carry this gun. But it's just like a Glock, guys, and I expect that from Walther. Zero malfunctions through 1,000 rounds. I put defensive rounds through there. It ate it like a champ, and I could not be happier with this purchase than I am right now. As of right now, this gun is actually running also as my home defense weapon. And the reason it is my home defense weapon is because my wife shoots this gun incredibly well. Seeing her groups with my Glock and then seeing her groups with this is a night and day difference. And I think the biggest thing is the trigger. I think she shoots better with this trigger. It's funny, she has one shot that's like dead center in the bullseye, and then her other 3 shots are kind of just outside the circle. So I always joke with her, if she shoots 4 shots at the guy, she's going to hit him at least once. But yeah, so this is actually serving as my home defense weapon at the moment. But anyway, if you are looking for a good firearm that you are in the market for, you need to pick one of these up. This gun is fantastic. They have a new version now that's called the pdp-f series, and it's a little bit smaller of a firearm. If you're looking for a smaller firearm, I think it has like a 3.5-inch barrel. So if you're looking for a really, really small one, this is a good one. Now keep in mind, if you're going with the F series, it's just as wide. Okay, it is just shorter. I was hoping the F series was going to be thinner so I could conceal it better, and then I found out after a couple of videos that I watched, and I'm thankful for those videos, that the size, the width of the slide is still exactly the same as this one. All right, but I hope you guys got something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to train hard, get strong, be a protector. If no one said they love you today, I love you guys. God bless you all.